All right, guys, we're almost at the close of the year here. Only a couple days left until we're at the end of this holiday sale. I do want to be your golf coach in 2024. I know that I can help you have the best golfing year of your life, so you don't have to keep trying to do this on your own. Keep getting those frustrations of having a good game on Tuesday, and then by Saturday, it's like you never played before. I was there for years and years and years, and it wasn't until I actually got a coach, a good coach, who really changed my game. I knew what to work on, what drills to do, how many reps to do, and I had accountability, and my ability day-to-day skyrocketed. I'm now very confident every day in my game, whereas back then, gosh, I was just nervous, to see what my game was gonna look like every weekend. And I want you to have the same confidence that I have. I want you to get better, like I've gotten better. And I know these videos will help, and I appreciate a lot of the comments about how they have helped, but ultimately, you need a real plan. You need the drills, right? The reps, the what to do first, what to expect along the way, when to move on to step two. That's what we want to give you. I'm trying to make it as easy as possible because I know if you just try it, you're going to love it, and I can really help you. That's why from now until January 1st, we've got our 50% off sale, which is really like 90% off of retail, but 50% off the advertisement. You get 24/7 access to myself and the coaches. Ask any questions you want. Okay, you get all of the community of Cogorno Golf members for accountability and support in there. You get over $2,000 worth of training videos. That's our 15 live seminars. We have 17 masterclasses in there, our practice plans, like everything I've ever learned in one spot. Again, for like 90% off here. And you get the monthly lesson. You get a full year to work with us. And just to take any risk away, we're also giving you a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you have any questions, you don't like it, you decide you want to do it, no harm, no foul. Just send us a message anytime within 30 days. We'll send you all of the money back. I don't think it's going to get to that, but just in case. Again, between now and the end of January 1st, to get that discount, I do want to be your coach next year. Click the link in the description, check it out. Would love to work with you on cogornogolf.com. So if you're someone who struggles with consistent contact, getting the arm straight through impact, today's video, I'm going to show you what I did with a recent student of mine and 2 specific drills you can do to learn how to get that extension, get the arm straight, and stop standing up through impact, how to work your body and the arms and club through impact correctly to get that consistent, solid contact. Let's dive in. All right, guys, so as we watch some of the videos of the pros we'll put on the screen, the general concept here as we're working through the downswing is what we need to learn to do with our trail arm specifically and the club is learn how to extend the arm and throw the club shaft, club head, not only to be able to do it, but also to be able to do it at the right time. And your ability to extend your arms through impact and do it at the correct time will be the main indicator that leads to your ball striking ability. The better you do that, the better you're going to strike the ball consistently. The worse you do that, the worse you're going to strike the ball, right? Some of the students that I work with run into 2 different problems, like the gentleman that I'm going to talk about here in today's video. Either we don't learn how to throw the club properly at all. We never get that full extension, right? We'll see like the players at impact or pass impact on the screen. When we've hit a solid shot, we want this look here from face on. That's that the club and arms are fully extended away from me at about this 45 pass impact. Now the errors we run into are either not getting that full extension, so getting pass impact where the arms are too bent, right, wrist is too cupped, or we actually do get the arms and club straight and thrown, but we do it too early. Not getting them straight at all, or getting them straight but too early, both of those cause inconsistencies with your contact. So it's learning how to throw and doing it at the right time. So I had a gentleman who came in to see me who struggled with this concept. He said, Eric, I'm really trying to get my arm straight past impact. I see good players do it. I know I need to do it, but I can't get it in there. Can you help me? I said, of course I can. And then we walked through these 2 drills. And I want you to do this with me. The first thing we did, and what I want you to learn about this extending the arms away and throwing the club head, is let's get the club level to the ground. I've just got a 7-iron here as an example. And if we look at this from the down the line angle, we're going to see at setup, and I'm sort of setting up in this drill with my arms fairly extended right away. And what I want you to be able to do is take your arms back in the beginning, no body, just arms. Take the club back to about your right shoulder. Your right arm's going to get pretty darn bent, probably about 90 degrees. The left arm can bend a little here, that's fine. What I want you to feel and what I showed my student is from here, learn how to straighten the right arm and get the club head as far away from you as possible, right when it gets back in line with you. This would be theoretically the golf ball. Now that's not really what we want to do in a real swing. I'm going to show you how to add a layer to this, but in the beginning, back to the right shoulder, okay for the arms to bend, because we're not turning our body. Straighten the right arm in the club head. Feel the club head get as far away from you as you possibly can. And now as it's getting as far away from you as you possibly can, what my student was feeling, and I was showing him, and I'll show you this in the follow through, is you want to have a little bit of resistance away from the club head with your chest and your head. So notice from here, I'm almost feeling as the club head goes away that my head and chest are resisting that. I'm trying to get the club head as far away from me as possible and the butt of the club / hands as far away as possible. Now, when I do that in my follow through with side bend, that's going to be perfect, and I'll talk through that. So part number one, when you learn how to throw the club head, is just do it at, right in front of you where the ball would be. No backswing turn. Back to here, extend it out. Back to here, extend it out. Feel that club head working away from you and your body working back this way. The gentleman said, but Eric, isn't that going to look like this at impact? Because I'm straight at the golf ball. And I said, yes, but what we do now is we add rotation. How do we get it from here to here? What changed? Where's my chest pointing when I do it this way? Where's my chest pointing? Right at the golf ball, right straight forward. Now, how about if I do the same thing back here? Now, as I'm going to throw the club away from me, my chest is going to start to turn towards the target as I throw. So now I've got it at that same 45-degree angle. Now, if I bent down into my posture, that looks like what we want past impact. Okay, so here's the recipe here. Get it here forward. Feel it getting away from me, both arms straight. Now I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to turn my chest. Boom. Notice as I turn my chest, that gets that club head out in front of me. Boom. Again, if I took that back down to impact. So we took that first, right? And we did this, he was with me for an hour, so we probably did this for 15 to 20 minutes of take that up level to the ground, add some chest turn. I said, okay, let's make some swings down here feeling the same thing. Go halfway back, turn your chest and feel the same thing, that the club head is as far away from you as possible and the head and chest are almost resisting that. Now I'm going to show you in a moment how you keep your shoulder down to stop the standing up piece, okay? But first things first, as we were doing this, he said, well, am I supposed to feel the club head straight away, like at impact, pass impact, at the target? I said, you know what, I like this 45 pass impact. We'll show Adam Scott and Grant Wake there. And so we just picked a spot, a couple feet, about 3 feet in front of the golf ball here, that as we're hitting, it feels like it's extended at that point. Okay, just like I'm doing this. Boom, add chest turn out to here. Now, when we make a swing here, and we'll start with a half swing, and I feel the club head throwing away at that 45, when I add some speed and I add body rotation, I'm going to end up in a position where the arms are going to be about parallel to the ground. I feel like I'm swinging to here, but once I add some speed, I'm going to actually end up about there. This would be like level one. To learn this, I'm going to show you the second drill we did there in a moment. So once we did a couple level to the ground, we started to hit some punch shots, and I'm going to feel the same thing. Turn my chest, extend the arms away. So I've got a 7-iron here. I'm going to hit about a half to 3/4 swing shot with that and feeling the arms extended to there. Arms fully extended, head and chest feel back slightly, and then we hit with that same feel. And he did just about like that. Like that is my classic line when we shoot these videos, as solid as I can hit a golf ball. It's as compressed as I can hit it. I hit ball first, ground second with a divot in front of it. Now again, we worked through this for, I don't know, 20 minutes where we were hitting shots, and then we spent like the next 40 going through the details. So this video, maybe 10 to 15 minutes, I'm not gonna go through all of it, but we hit a lot of shots like that. Feel it level to the ground with no turn. 1, 2, 3. The right arm is extending. Now turn the chest. 1, turn the chest. 2, turn the chest. 3. Now notice as I'm doing that, what's my right arm doing? It's going from a bent 90-degree position like it would be at the top. And as I'm going through there, it is straightening to that position. It's like you're throwing a punch. Imagine you're throwing a punch, the arm's bent, you're going to punch someone at impact. Is your arm straight at that point, or is it still slightly bent? Still slightly bent, and then you would punch through to straight. You don't punch someone dead straight. I don't want the arm dead straight at impact, okay? If we show a couple of these good players here at last parallel, at delivery, how does their right arm and right wrist look? The Adam Scott. Right arm still bent, right wrist is still bent. Now from here to that 45-degree spot, what is it doing? It is straightening. That right arm is punching as my chest turns. That right arm is punching. I feel like my right arm's going this way, right? So at impact, is it fully straight by that point? No, just like the punch, it's still slightly bent. The right arm and wrist are slightly bent, and then it's fully straight past impact. Not at the ball, with no turn. Chest is turned, punched out past it. So we'll do one more hit with that. Again, we did a couple level to the ground. Feel the right arm punching with the chest turning past impact. I feel like my chest points where the club head points at that same spot. About a half 7-iron here. Same thing, very solid strike. Maybe about a 10-foot pull relative to my target, but very, very solid with a strike. And that's what we were going for with this gentleman, is consistent, solid contact. If my arms get too bent, very likely not going to strike it consistently solid. If they straighten too soon, also not going to strike it solid. Now, part of this for him was also learning how to not stand up and stay level through impact. We showed the Adam Scott. He's able to get his right arm to throw. He's got the line on his head, and where does his head go? Stays level, right? So how are we able to do this where I said the head and chest work away from the club to resist that, but also stay in posture? And the answer is side bend, which means the right shoulder stays down. So I can have my head and chest working away from this club head this way, reaching out this way. But with my shoulder staying down, my right shoulder staying down, that's what keeps me in posture from down the line and doesn't allow me to raise up from face on. If my shoulder came up, where does my head go? Up away from the ground. The shoulder stays down. So as I'm punching the right arm, as my chest is turning, where's my shoulder going? Down. I'm punching the right arm, my chest is turning, and my shoulder's staying where? Down. And that's a beautiful little crisp shot. And that's basically what we were getting with him. Eliminating the fats and thins. Look at the divot past the ball there, past the tee. That's what we're looking for. So the side bend is what keeps you from standing up. Right? Write that down or say that with me. The side bend keeps you from standing up. The arm punches past impact. It's still slightly bent at impact, but it's working towards straight past impact. And that's facilitated with the chest turning along with it. So conceptually, that's the main drill. I just want to quick show you the little drill that I left him with to practice that you can use as well. All right, just a quick add on here. The other drill that I gave to the player you can use is with an impact bag, or you can use a pillow at home. Some people get nervous about using an impact bag. I'm not one of them. I like what this does for us here. So here's how you practice this. This is to learn how to punch and throw the right arm with correct body motions. So I like to set it up like this. If you put a ball here and knock the golf ball out, I've got the impact bag 2 feet in front of the golf ball. 2 feet in front of the golf ball. And the point of that is so that by the time I hit it, where am I at? I'm at that 45 extended position. So what I'd like you to do, you can start with your trail arm only and add both arms, is learn how to go from delivery, where the arm and wrist are bent, turn your chest towards this bag with your right shoulder down, and learn how to throw the right arm. Chest turns, shoulder stays down, throw the right arm. I don't even mind it being slightly farther out there like that. How am I going to get there with my arms bent? I'm not. How am I going to get there if I throw too soon? I'm not. So I like this. Turn the chest, punch the right arm, the shoulder stays down. This is a way you can practice this with an impact bag or a pillow at home and use the same thing when that golf ball gets in there to strike it really solid. All right, guys, hopefully you liked that video and that helps you. You're gonna hear quickly here from one of our members talking about their experience working with us. As I mentioned, I'd really love to work with you to improve your game in 2024. Take a listen here. Hope to see you at cogornogolf.com.
What's my experience with Cogorno Golf? I had a very clear target in mind when I had signed up, which is I wanted to start shooting better scores. I wanted to be able to play in some tournaments and have a good time, not embarrass myself out there. I wanted to take some money from my friends when we're out there playing and talking smack and, you know, having a good time. And I've done all of those things because of the feedback that I've, you know, been able to get and the way that I've been able to use the resources that are available. So no one wants to chunk that wedge into the green, right? Like no one wants to slice that drive out of bounds. This is a way for me to help get more enjoyment out of the game. This is a way for me to help like take all of that time I'm spending and doing something that I love and I have this passion for, but I'm doing it at a higher level than I ever have before. There are people that I think are really nervous about taking the leap to like jump into a non-traditional lesson setting in an online because they're just not used to it, right? But when you look at the value, you know, when you pay monthly with Cogorno versus what you're paying for one lesson, for anybody who like is worth the time, I don't know why you wouldn't go this route because the level of instruction is the same, if not better, like we've already talked about. Plus you get all the resources, plus you get the group and all the other things that are available. Whereas if I go pay $100 or $150 for a lesson today with a pro down at the range, I get a half hour, I get 45 minutes, and that's it, and I'm done.